turned it up the other day.
Yeah.
So
Right, we're good then.
I don't want anything like pinging or
No.
you know.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Good evening, everybody,
Good evening.
and welcome to Chinwag number 241, our weekly chat. We've not done this like 241 weeks in a row,
No.
but you know it's just 241.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm using my little mic thing, and you know, I'm gonna try to. I think not last time I noticed there was a little bit of a horrible echo. You know, where it was sharing both sounds.
Yeah. So we haven't had an argument. That's not why we're sitting so far apart.
No, so I'm kind of just really like, we're being careful as to, we're just being careful as to what's going on in terms of the sound. So hopefully it will sound okay. I'm guessing that we're like just gonna do like a rough chat. We've got like a little.
We've got a rough
idea of what we're going to talk about. Yeah,
Let's see how we go.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So we're going to talk roughly about like selling at car booths, activity on eBay, and you know, stuff like that. I suppose. I mean,
and just a general update.
General update. Yeah, we can do like a little general update. I suppose. Yeah, I think by this time of the week, I don't know about you, but like we do flag, don't we? I think we flag, but the problem is, we need to be ready for tomorrow. Yeah.
So ready. I mean, our end of our weeks are always... It feels like it's just when we're just starting to get going, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
If we're honest.
Yeah.
But that's really difficult when you're tired.
Yeah. So we're listing during the whole week, obviously.
Yeah.
But then it gets busier in the shop near the end. Like, for example, we've had a very... kind of average week in the shop so far, haven't we?
Yeah,
quite an average week.
Definitely.
And then it's picked up right at the end.
Yeah, it has. It's Monday wasn't too bad though. Monday,
was it?
Yeah, Monday was quite surprising.
So
Monday was
good.
Monday was quite good. Tuesday was like really quiet. Wednesday we were obviously closed.
Thursday was iffy.
Thursday, yeah. Considering the footfall.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people.
Yeah.
On the high street on
Thursday, as some of you know, is market day. But it really affects the shop in a inconsistent way.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's never. Thursdays are real hit or miss. Sometimes we can have really busy Thursdays, and then other days it's like. We didn't have like loads of people in the shop on Thursday, to be fair. Like I said, the high street seemed busy, but it was just like not in store.
No, it just wasn't. Yeah, I think we do obviously attract different people to the shop. The high street can be busy on a Thursday, but it tends to be people that may not be interested in like the stuff that we have, like fluorescent skulls. It's not action figures. Yeah, things like that may not appeal. But then today, Friday, has been really good. It's been super busy. It's
been like non-stop today.
Exactly. So kind of feel like that happens, and then we have to be ready for the weekend.
For car boots, and we get up normally at about 5 on a car boot day, don't we?
Yeah.
And then obviously after car boot we've got shop to deal with. So
and part of our topic is like selling at the car boot. Yeah. And we're now trying to add selling at the car boot. What we'll do, should we go and say a few hellos? Because a few people have joined us. I was actually we're go through the chat, say a few hellos, and then we'll get back to the topic. How's that?
Yeah. Whatever way you want to do it.
No, I just want to make sure you get your time
I'm quite
to
happy.
talk. Quite happy with it so far.
What are you chatting about, man?
Okay, last week, right, I got bollocksed. Okay, which is true.
Not like.
No.
Not massively. No.
Not massively. Okay. No. Your words were had.
No, not really.
Oh, okay. No, nothing happened.
No.
Something happened.
No.
Well, I'm going to be more thoughtful with how much I talk, aren't I?
Yeah, he talks quite a lot.
There you go. See, something did happen. She had words with me, didn't you?
Not like massive words.
No. But it's fair, isn't it?
I just said,
fair. Yeah. I can't expect.
You chatted quite a lot.
Yeah, and then like when I passed it over to you, you felt like there was nothing to say.
Yeah.
So, I'm being more thoughtful. No.
Yeah, by saying it, that's not very thoughtful.
Oh, no, but I thought it was. I thought you'd be impressed.
Do you want to just say hello to the chat?
I thought you were impressed.
No, just say hello to the chat.
Man, I can never do anything right. That's not as being good.
Yeah.
All right, let's say hello to the chat. Fix it for reselling. Lastly, evening.
Evening.
Do you want to do one as well?
Okay, do you want to be like
No,
this?
I'm not. I'm just saying, do you want to do one and I do one?
No, you just
Can
carry
I just
on.
go through?
Yeah,
Okay,
just
okay.
carry on.
Okay, got Barry. Like, what have I done now? Okay. There's Barry Francis. Thank you for popping in, Barry. Lag says hello. I can't stick around, but you guys are awesome, he says at the bottom. Thank you. I appreciate it. We've got anomalous data point. Good evening. Something looking a bit different. The lighting looks a bit weird.
Yeah, I kind of... It kind of settled down, but when
like
we
it's not
started
tricky.
up,
It's not getting
looked...
tricked by your shirt, but
no,
it doesn't
it's not. Like,
yeah.
I couldn't wear this shirt a couple of weeks ago. I had to go and change before the live chat because it kept doing like funny things on screen. And
But now it's not.
Yeah, now it's not. So.
But it looks weird. Does it look a bit weird?
Well, I think like
does it look bad?
It's like up there, the top. It looks like really washed out.
Does it look really terrible?
I don't think it looks terrible.
Let us know what you think.
Washed out,
yeah.
Anyway, you stop getting distracted, man. Just,
Fix it for reselling says, saw this guy at the car boot last weekend, sold me some real high-end equipment. No, I didn't. I didn't say anything high-end. Sold you a lot of like good stuff. I hope. I hope it will working hope it makes you some good money. BCP's in the chat. Silver Manny, Antoinette Daly. Was it my junk mail one says hi as well. Jennifer Hay says hi. Lee Fix It for Reselling says you need to dig a deeper hole. Z. I don't know. Sometimes I just put my foot in it. You know what it is? She's got a point though. I do talk a lot, and it's not just me. We've had it in the past where we've done these chats in the past, right? Mm-hmm. And we've had comments, haven't we, hun? Like about me not giving you a chance. Like especially like you guys that are more regular will kind of expect it almost, I suppose. But like we've had comments where people have been like, God, I don't give Beck a chance to talk, and I'm like too much. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm too much.
You're not too much, but you do kind of talk quite a lot. But you're better at keeping like a
I think
flow,
do you know what I think it is? What I think it is like I feel like it takes you so long to say something. I think you've stopped. So I kind of just talk. I think you've stopped talking, but you haven't. You're just getting...
Whatever. Whatever. Don't stop blaming me for this.
You.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming you.
Man.
No. I'm taking the heat. It's my fault. It's my issue. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of mention that.
Yeah.
Barry says, selling at the car boot. Now the haircut and shave makes sense. You probably seem more approachable now rather than your previous wild man of Borneo look.
Saying that... Right, we live in like a town that's quite like friendly. Okay, you can walk down the street and you won't know anybody, but they'll still smile and say hello. That had stopped for you, because of the hair and the beard, and now that you've had your hair cut, and
suddenly people are smiling at me again and saying hi.
People are smiling, and this is when we're going out for dog walks and things like that with Alf around.
We notice
around town. You notice these things, don't you?
Yeah.
So yeah,
you notice.
So yeah, he's definitely more approachable, and it looks better in the shop as well. To be fair.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the big scary man in the shop, do you?
Not really. No. Wild man of Borneo.
That's what the kids. When the kids say it's a scary shop, it's you they're talking about, isn't it?
It's not like the horror.
Like can't go in.
Yeah, it's not the horror
can't
stuff.
Go in.
What's this? What's this? Oh, I've got an eBay message.
Have you got a message?
An eBay message. I've told you that. Okay. I've told you that. Okay. Oh, that was just a message I'd already dealt with.
Okay. reply afterwards.
Stephen Jackson has joined the chat as well. Thank you for popping in. I've said hi to Jennifer as well. Anomalous Data Point says, I went to Car Boot to sell stuff for the first time last Sunday. Not sure if I enjoyed it or not. I was stuck to the spot because I was by myself. That's a good point.
Yeah. Shall we talk about car boot?
Shall we?
anyway?
Yeah, we'll talk about.
'Cause-
We'll talk about what we're thinking of doing. Like
Mhm.
we're obviously coming across a lot of stock at the moment, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But sometimes we need to move stuff along just so we can make room
Well,
for more stuff to come in.
It's kind of more about
Yeah.
a time thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Exactly. So it is more of a time thing. So kind of like we don't always have the time. So for example, Lee in the chat says I sold him high-end equipment. I didn't. Sold him Technics and Marantz. Technics and Marantz are not high-end. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's
We're
what I
not
said.
going to have.
Technics, Marantz. I'm not sure what else I sold.
We're not going to have this
No,
discussion again.
we're not.
Or
But
like this.
they're not
rant
high-end,
again.
are they, honey? Like Technics or if I said to you, "Hey, hun, there's a Technics amp," would I be? It's not.
Yeah, but I'm
yeah.
one of those that probably go, yeah, they're not bad, you know?
No, I'm not saying they're bad.
Yeah, but the way you say it, it kind of implies it is, and it's really not that
Yeah,
bad.
but it's not high end. People think they've got a good thing when they say that. Oh, I've got a Technics hi-fi. They often say it with like thinking they've got something good, and I'm like, that's fine. It works. It's good in that respect, but it's not high end.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying, right?
I'm just gonna make myself look even worse than
You are.
normal. All right, I'll stop now. Okay, I'll stop.
Yeah.
So yes, talking about the car boot. All right.
Yeah, so we're
Um,
talking about the car boot.
We are at a kind of a situation where we want to sell at them on a Saturday and a Sunday.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you go on your own, like Anomalous Data Point has pointed out, it can be difficult because your mind won't fully be on the sourcing. And you can obviously, what I tend to do when I'm selling at the car boot is I'll park the car up and I'll park the car up and then I'll just go around buying. But the thing is, there's always like a corner of your mind thinking, should I start setting up now? Because obviously you don't want to miss like the early rush, because there's always like an early rush as well, and you don't want to miss that, do you? You kind of want to like catch that.
And
So now I'm gonna.
and so we have this. Yeah, it is. Your chair's squeaking. A bit distracting, but it's all right. All I can hear is like the still
But
squeak.
now Rebecca will speak.
Can you just? Right. So.
Sure.
You're not helping the
Oh,
situation.
okay.
Right. So.
Am I in trouble
like we
afterwards,
have.
or are we okay?
You're always in trouble.
Can't we just be okay? I did it I didn't mean it in a bad way, did I?
Right. So. I'm gonna carry on.
Okay. Oh, look who's in the chat. Sorry. Look who's in the chat. Cincinnati Picker.
Hey.
Look, it's like YouTube royalty.
I know, but the thing is, I can't really see the screen here. If I'm
John-
honest, right? There's a big microphone in front of my face.
You can't see the monitor, can you? Should we move it a little? for
No,
you?
it's
Yeah.
fine.
Is that
You
better?
normally deal with the chat anyway,
Yeah,
so it's
okay,
fine. Yeah,
okay.
as long as you can see it, that's
Yeah.
all that matters. Anyway, so
Cincinnati Picker John.
hello.
Chat. Oh, I don't know what to say.
Okay,
I'm getting a little bit red.
should I carry on?
Yeah, sure, carry on.
Okay, so I'm going to carry on. Right, so we're talking about car boots, right?
Yeah.
So, like, we've been having this discussion quite regularly because Zaheer wants to sell at them more often.
Yeah.
And I said it's easier to sell at them when there's two of us there, which is more able to do on a Sunday, but you want to do a Saturday as well. And I was like, yeah, but the thing is with the Saturday, there's a couple of things. So there's like having to sell on your own. Okay. 2, you won't be able to source for the things that we do want. Okay. And then actually there's 3. And then the third one is actually, then it just leaves me in the shop on a Saturday morning to afternoon, which can be quite busy on a Saturday on my own.
I think like Beck's been quite honest with me recently, and I kind of respect that. Where you've mentioned you don't particularly like being in the shop on your own because you just don't feel as it's not your thing, as it were.
Yeah. I've said I
Yeah.
don't feel that great at like the whole shop floor thing. like I'm great behind the scenes. I can do like the listing, I can sort out like the website bits and pieces and things like that. I'm great at doing all of that stuff. But when I don't necessarily find it that comfortable to, you know, just get involved in like little conversations and like, you know, I hear you on the shop floor and I think you're absolutely great. You point things out, and like if people are not
can
really,
I just say she's right. I'm pretty good. Honestly.
Like when people
good.
come in and they're not really sure what they're looking for, and they're looking for a gift, and then like Zaheer seems to ask the right sort of questions, and he starts pointing things out, and it's like this, and
funneling tool, if you want to call it that. Who knows?
And it's like
I don't know.
And you can hear it like works really, really well with some customers.
Yeah.
I mean, other customers do make it really clear. Oh, I'm just looking. I just, you know, I just want to have a browse. And it's like, no problem. And I hear you also say that, and you give them their space when they do that. But you're much better at those sort of situations, I feel, than but you come from a sales background, whereas I don't come from a sales background. I come from like admin-y kind of office work, and, you know, great with a spreadsheet. Doesn't necessarily help on the shop floor.
and so I think like that does affect how we do things, because it would mean on a Saturday like leaving you in the shop. I mean, like Stephen there in the chat, Stephen Jackson makes a good point and says, well, Barry says I look less like a rough sleeper now. Thank you, Barry. Appreciate it. I love selling at the car boot, so I drive here and put the table up. Lana sets up while I'm having a good look around. See, that's the thing. On a Sunday, that's exactly how we like to function. When there's two of us.
You went off, didn't you, on Sunday?
Yeah.
Not for very long.
No.
Mainly because I kept...
Yeah,
like,
you're in pain.
I was a bit like...
Yeah, you're a bit
really?
pain. Yeah.
But I also know that we do need to source.
Yeah.
Just like,
and I think it's like... I think that it's a lot better with two people. Like on a Sunday, like we've decided at the moment anyway, that doing car boots and doing the toy fairs and things that are around is going to be better for us than opening on a Sunday. We have opened on a Sunday in the high street, but you have to kind of like weigh up the pros and cons. And I think you can now, like, especially during car boot season and with the toy fairs as well, mostly we can do better at, you know, like we can do better at that kind of stuff, I think, than if we were opening the shop. And the thing is, that leads us on to like the other thing, like car boots have changed a lot. And as resellers, you guys know a lot more people now turn up and do like the whole like dealer thing.
yeah.
And like where we go to the car boot, there's even a stall which literally sells nothing but new TCG products.
Yeah.
So they have a stall devoted to new Pokemon, new Yu-Gi-Oh, that kind of stuff. So and obviously you see lots of other dealers that turn up with new products and you know, like proper dealers that turn up week after week.
Well, the thing is, like, we have trialed it
Yeah.
a couple of times. Once at Norcross, and then we took a little bit to Billsborough, didn't we, at the weekend? But mainly more like our pre-owned stuff. But Norcross surprised us. We can only obviously do it when we've got like the margins in like the new stuff, to be able to kind of offer a good price at the boot sale.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like it surprised us of what was actually selling. Like we've got a bunch of comics at the moment, and listing those is like really fun. But we were selling some at the car boot as well.
Yeah, we bought these comics at a car boot, and then a couple of weeks later we're selling them at what, £3 each?
Yeah, I mean,
or for a tenner.
I mean, obviously we're not bringing.
They owed us maybe 10 pence each. I think they owe us.
We're not bringing like the nicer stuff that we have.
Just the £3
just
ones.
like the £3 ones,
Yeah.
and they were actually selling that at that price, which is really, really great. And
it just shows.
We kind of bag them.
And we have our plush. We had some plushes and toys, and people happy to buy it. You know, I think it's kind of like you just have to be willing to ask your price. And there's obviously different kinds of people that go to the car boot. Early on, it's always going to be the dealers.
Yeah.
But then later on, it's people just having a mooch.
And sometimes we do just use the car boots just to like clear. That's why like sometimes their pricing is like normally a lot.
We like to have a bit of both. So we like to have stuff for people that want to resell. So we, you know, and that tends to get attacked early on.
That always gets attacked early on.
And then after that's gone, we're then left with the stuff that we're selling at like more kind of regular like shop prices basically. So we're taking more of our pre-owned stuff, and you know, it's something that will, you know, we did really well at the car boot last weekend, and it just made us think like actually we'd be so much better off just focusing on doing car boots on a Sunday. And I think like, you know, doing them on a Saturday, I would like to do it on a Saturday, but I also am aware of how you feel about it. And I kind of feel like actually you're right as well in terms of we do need to focus on sourcing as well. Yeah. Because we need to keep those high ticket items coming into the shop as well, and obviously for the eBay store as well. Because it's not just about obviously listing every day. We want to still be listing good stuff as well. So as well as like the kind of cheaper stuff like the comics, we want to mix it in with some good stuff as well. Yeah. We'll go back into the chat and see what people are saying. Lee says we got it. They're not high end, but they sell well. The other item I got was an Xbox 360 that's sold already. Oh, super stuff. Brilliant. Super stuff. Rich by name, not by nature says, Z, with your beard and hair, people wouldn't make eye contact with you in case you asked for 6p and a cup of tea. Hi, Mr. G, UK reseller. Vinny is in the chat again. I always say it, definitely check out Vinny's channel. I really like Vinny is super underrated in my opinion. He's got an amazingly cool shop, Mad for Miniatures, which I don't think he promotes nearly enough online unless he does it somewhere else. But he's got a really cool shop if you're into like model stuff like Warhammer and trading cards and stuff. And then on top of that, he does obviously reselling as well on the side. So Barry says, when Z said, "Look who's in the chat," all excited. I thought he already knows I'm in the chat. Very funny. I'm glad. Thanks for the joke. But no, I'm always excited that you're here, Barry. But come on, man. I mean, for you know, Cincinnati Picker to pop in, it's like, you know, and I see BCP sharing TikTok and whatnot. That's very kind of you. Highly thanks for the honey. It is delicious, says Nice Life. So you got some honey off of Fix It for Resale. Oh, that's nice, Lee. You know, bit of honey, eh? Nice. You know, sort me out with some honey. If I keep sorting you out with some good deals, you know, you could get some honey. Vincent Lee says, used to get up at 1:30 a.m, part set up, leave my wife, then go to Blackpool boot sales, then drive back, test clean items, put out, then pack up for 1-2, knackered afterwards, but it can be done. That sounds like a lot of hard work, but also Beck doesn't like being left like that. And no, it wouldn't be done, would it?
No. I can't see it happening on a Saturday, if I'm honest.
Just leave, yeah. See,
yeah, I just
Beck
feel...
is very, you know, she's being honest with me, and I respect that, and I'm kind of like, you know what, at the end of the day, we've got to do what's best for the shop as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know. So, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not like, you know, I can't handle the shop on my own. I really can. I'm fine. Yeah. And there are days where you do have to pop out to go and pick stuff up and stuff like that. So
we're not saying like you can't do it.
Yeah, it's like that. It's that I don't like it, so why?
Yeah. And you know, and also it's not just about being able to do it. It's about you know, like it's about doing it correctly, isn't it? It's about doing it correctly. So it's not just about like, you know, because you can just have someone at the shop just for a body to be there, but you want it to be like, especially when you're a small shop, you want to make most of every encounter, don't you? And I think like that's what we're talking about. And yeah, you know, like Vincent has just said, you've both got to be happy and comfortable.
Yeah, and I think that's all it is. It's like, you know, there's been a couple of things that I've not been happy about in the shop, so it's kind of like, it's, you know, I know you don't, like, not like you don't get messed with like in that way, but do you get what I mean? Like, you've got a certain presence, and if you see like a woman in the shop on their own, you know, it's like, it's not always, I don't want to be put in a position where I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And I think that's fair.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. What else? Lee says, okay, the bee man will bring you honey in the morning for gifts. I'm not going to be selling tomorrow. And I was actually more saying for the deals that you've already had, you know, like with honey.
Oh, behave.
If you don't ask, you don't get. Yeah, so you do have to be. Save here first. Ella's channel heading towards 1,000 subs. Okay, thank you for sharing that, BCP. Appreciate it. Yeah, so those are the things that kind of like we're kind of juggling, I suppose.
Well, yeah, we're always trying to like assess things, and you know, obviously not make too many changes, because like, how can you ever truly see like how things are going if you kind of keep changing things up all of the time? And that's one thing that we do like to look at.
I mean, like, we're definitely like, at the moment, I think our biggest focus is actually having a good selection of like variety of price points coming into the shop and onto the website. I think that you know, I think it's one of those things where like we want to keep. I don't think we want to do just too much high ticket stuff, because I feel like high ticket stuff isn't always in demand. I think like you've got to have a good mixture. You've got to have some high ticket stuff, and then, but I think you've got to have a lot of affordable regular stuff.
Are you talking in shop
and eBay?
Yeah,
I think it's being true in both.
Agree.
Actually,
I think for the shop, sometimes you do need eye-catching things to bring people in the first place, but then you need more affordable things for people to actually buy, because high-ticket things, you know, it's not going to be something that they're always going to want to pick up. Yeah. You know, like you have to have like a variety, and there's different things that we've noticed. Like through some holidays, a lot of our pre-owned stuff has been selling really, really well in the shop, like
this week,
incredibly well.
I think the majority of what we've sold this week has been pre-owned and merch.
Yeah, and that's the other thing I was going to say. And then, you know, when people are buying gifts or things like that, rather than the figures, they do seem more comfortable with like the merch side of things, because it's like, I suppose it's an easier giftable, and particularly if someone's into like collecting figures and things like that, they don't fully know that person's collection.
But even if you look at like the kind of pre-owned stuff or whatever, right? If you, for example, so we started selling comics, and we're selling a lot of comics in the shop at £3 each, like literally the bulk. Now we might find a comic that's worth like a couple of £100. We might get lucky. You never know. I'm hoping. You know. We found some. Well, we found some which are like 20, right?
We found some quite nice, surprising little ones.
Now the thing is, what's literally been happening is people will look at the nice £20 comic and be like, "Oh, that's nice," but then they'll still just want to buy the cheap ones. Kind of like what happens with, you know, people come in and they look at the nice thing and they appreciate it, but it's not what they want to spend. But then they go on to spend what they are happy to spend. And I think at the moment, especially, like, we're trying not to listen too much to the news at the moment, because all it seems to be is like very negative right now. Like everything's just atrocious, right? And like we got to the point where we normally listen to like LBC and stuff, and it got to the point where we've had to turn it off because it's just a constant stream of negativity. Like we get that things are bad at the moment, but we don't need it shoved down our throats like 24/7. But it's also naive to stick your head in the sand and ignore it. So we're kind of thinking like that's probably why our pre-owned and our merch has done like all of our money this week. Like today as well, pretty much everything we've sold has been merch and pre-owned. Yeah, pretty much everything. A handful of new things, and especially like fancy, expensive figures. It's the minority thing.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, and it's probably showing more of, like, if we're hearing that negativity, obviously our customers are going to be hearing negativity, like with like you know, like electricity, gas prices, you know, cost of living and everything like that, that's obviously going to affect their buying decisions as well. So, you know, if they can get a figure for their kid and make their kid smile, you know, for less money, you know, why wouldn't you do it?
Like, we're doing so well with the plushes and things, aren't we? Because they're kind of an affordable price point. Okay. You will find a way that works. Great team. Compromise always works, says Vincent. Thank you. Clementine Mandarin says, if your car boot sale starts early, you could source before the shop opens. Yeah, we do that.
Yeah, we do that anyway. It was more talking about selling at a car boot, because we do need to kind of keep clearing bits and pieces as and when we get it.
So we're more likely to sell on the Sunday. I think that's what it is. Yeah, we do that anyway. 100% Clementine. We could not give up the sourcing opportunity. So tomorrow we'll be out buying.
Our car boot is relatively local, and like we open the shop on a Saturday at 10 o'clock, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we give ourselves enough time on Saturday so that we can get back home, you know, prepare ourselves to go to work afterwards. Yeah. So, you know, I don't think we've ever cut it that fine that we kind of end up having to go straight to the shop. So normally we get a chance to come back home.
We're normally done by 9, I think, aren't we? Because we're normally there at about 6. So we're normally there for about 3 hours, I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah.
So tomorrow we'll be doing the same thing. We'll be sourcing. It was just that we were hoping to figure out a way of doing 2 lots of selling. But I think the reality of the situation, in terms of comfort, in terms of doing it properly, is going to be Sunday. Sunday is going to be our selling day.
Mainly be Sunday, because then both of us are available to be there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then, but we will be buying on both Saturday and Sunday, so we'll be doing that. Oh, there you go. Lee says that's what I meant for the gifts. Oh, thank you, Lee. See, don't ask it. Thanks, Lee. A bit of fresh honey, that'd be nice. If I wanted to sell something, I would just put it on my mother's store. Barry says, bit like Forbidden Planet in London, they have the big expensive statues in the window and at the front, but then also have a wide price range of items.
Yeah, and I think it's important, and I think that, like you said, it's important that that's happening on eBay as well as on the old in the old shop.
Yeah, it's reflecting it. Like, I think one thing we're finding is
Alfie, dude, come on, they live next door.
Yeah, I think one thing we're finding is that, you know, like, the shop and eBay, like, they really are, you can see a lot of similarities with the kind of like commerce, as it were. Like, you'd think it would be super different. There are some differences. So for example, there's a lot of things we can sell in the shop that we couldn't sell online.
Yeah.
But what I mean is in terms of how people work. Like, what I mean is, like, you know, for example, having a wide selection of products gets you more consistent sales. Like, when we first opened the shop, you know, it was very action figure and collectible heavy, and I think that affected how well we did. Whereas now, if I was to redo it, I would have it heavily skewed more towards like the merch.
You mentioned this today, actually. I think it was obviously like noticing what sales were actually going through the till today. Yeah, it was like, when we started this, if I did it again, I would have definitely gone more merch heavy.
When we started, I think we were like 80-90% action figures. Yeah. If not more.
It was heavily action figures. I remember coming in and I was like, you need some other stuff in here.
There wasn't anything
else. It was action figures, it was fugglers.
I think plush was about, fugglers was about the only variation. It was, now I look back on that and I'm like, wow, really, Zaheer?
Yeah.
Like, God, how dumb am I, right? I mean, I look back on it, I would have been much better off. Like, I think it was, I think going back and looking at a photo, I'm pretty sure it would always be, I think it was almost 100% action figures. And now, if I was to do it again, I would honestly, and I feel like doing this is like, I would almost have like 80-90% merch and merch and pre-owned stuff, and maybe like 20%, 10-20% could be like action figures and you know, more eye-catching pieces. Eye-catching pieces, like you said, Barry, to get people in, but 9 times out of 10 they're more likely to buy merch. Like for example, I reckon if we got a life-size Harry Potter figure, for example, loads of people would be like, wow, that's amazing. but I think we'd sell more Harry Potter prints than we would a large Harry Potter figure.
Yeah.
Because you know, stuff like that really. That's just how it feels like. What else are people saying? I think people are buying things to put away for Christmas. Sell, sell, sell. You know what, Vincent? I think you're right. I think we've definitely had that. Barry says, when you said merch at first, I thought you meant you were selling only cool stuff, t-shirts and keyrings.
No.
No, we mean just merch. John YLM, we'll be selling at our local, which is St. Michael's.
Yeah.
St. Michael's on Wire, like Billsborough it's called.
Yeah, we only tend to go to Bolton towards the end of the car boot season, don't we? Because ours kind of stops. So Billsborough kind of stops
in September or something.
Yeah, and then Bolton seems to go a little bit longer, so we tend to kind of go to that one a bit later on in the year, don't we?
Yeah, exactly. So we'll be there. Yeah. Speaking face to face always works better. I mean, I think, like I said, what I mean is that the shop does have certain things.
On the roof.
Oh, okay. Like, I think the shop definitely has certain things that are going for it, which eBay doesn't. So, for example, there's lots of things, like I said, we can still sell that you couldn't sell. Like, we can sell, like, for example, anxiety toys and fidgets all day long. Like a lot of people think fidget spinners, for example, are dead, or poppers are dead.
Yeah.
We could sell those all day long. Poppers, anxiety toys of any kind, they're still very, very popular. I can understand the hype might have died on Amazon and eBay, and it might not even be that the hype side. I think it's just those markets have gotten so saturated online that only people that can be really competitive are probably still getting the sales. But in the shop, we can sell that kind of stuff all day long.
It's every time we get like that sort of stuff in, it does sell through.
The amount of stuff we've bought from online sellers at car boots who are clearing their stock because they've had enough of it. We've brought it into the shop and we're able to sell it quickly. Like, for example, we bought a bunch of Among Us plush a week or two ago. Pretty much all gone apart from a couple now.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, you know, and I kind of feel like there's that difference. However, where the similarities are in more like your strategy, you know, like your strategy has to be. So, for example, you've got how you display stuff in the shop is important. How you photograph your product on eBay is important. So that's like a physical and an online thing, but it's the same thing, isn't it? Like with the shop, you've got to make sure that your products are clean. You've got to make sure your products are well displayed. On eBay, you've got to make sure you take an amazing picture of your product so people can see it, how clean it is and how well looked after it is. So it's the same thing, but it's different but the same. You get what I mean?
I think so.
Yeah. Lots of things that mirror it. Don't you see any things that mirror like online and the shop? Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't looking at you funny.
No, but I was waiting for you to add.
Oh, sorry.
Is there nothing?
That was one of my opportunities to.
Yeah.
Add. And I didn't add. No. I'm sorry.
I didn't overtalk, did I?
No,
are you sure? Okay. So yeah, I think that's the thing.
Yeah.
When you started, wasn't it just Honky Tonk Man and Swigglefish? Pretty much, Barry. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not far off.
Do you know what? Swigglefish,
almost all gone.
We have sold all of the play sets, all of the carry cases. We've got
a crate of Baby Dory.
A crate of Baby Dory.
Like a small box. Small box. Well, no, it's not a small box. It is a crate.
No, it's a crate.
It's a crate. We have a crate of Baby Dory.
We've got like the
handful of the others, but those will sell.
Handful of the others. We have started reducing the prices on them. Yeah. Well, I say reducing. They're £2.50 each, but we.
Or £3 on something on the web. I don't know.
I don't know whether they're £3 on the website. No, they're £2.50 on the website. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've changed all the prices. Now that the play sets and things, and we kind of. I'll probably end up dropping them again, to be quite honest now.
We just want to get rid of those now.
Because they were selling as bundles in the shop. So most people were buying like the carry case, the truck set, and then 4 figures. And we were doing that for, I can't remember.
About 20-something pounds.
20-something pounds, I think. Yeah. That entire bundle.
It was £25 when we were doing it, remember?
Yeah, initially it was £25. But then I think we did drop it to 20. Yeah. But
we've sold out of pretty much all of it.
Yeah, and it's just like it's sold.
All we've got left is a literal handful of other figures, but mostly Baby Dory.
Yeah, mainly Baby Dory.
Yeah.
But you know, it was all about Baby Dory, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
So of course she's going to be the one. So
we just need to get rid of a crate of Baby Dory now. But that's Swigglefish is done. Yeah. Mr. GUK Vinny says, I remember when you said at the start you didn't want any secondhand stuff in the store. Yeah, how naive.
But
how
do you know
naive.
what? Like, part of it is how you display it as well. Because I think I kind of understand why you didn't want it in the shop initially.
It just, I don't like
because
it in
was,
cabinets and stuff.
Yeah, because, I mean, we did try it initially and we just put, like, it was like some...
Hasbro
like the Hasbro wrestlers.
figures.
And we had them in, like, the glass cabinet. And they weren't, like, expensive. They didn't, like, warrant being in a glass cabinet. But that was the only way we felt we could display them properly. But... I can't remember who we were watching, but we watched...
Sergeant Reds?
It may have been Sergeant Red. But... and they had their figures bagged with, like, a little label on. And I was just like, that is such a good idea. And then that's what we started doing in the shop. And now... and when I say they're bagged, they're, like, in just a clear bag. We print out a label, which... We've got all our details on it, like only cool stuff, pre-owned, what the item is, and price it up. And we do that and then stick it on a hook. And I think it's just the way we've managed to kind of work it into the shop and get it displayed, which has worked quite well.
Yeah.
Are you all right? Is there a problem?
No,
with the
no.
sound,
No, it's fine. It's fine.
You keep looking at the sound.
No,
and I'm like,
no, it's fine.
Am I too quiet?
A little bit maybe, but it should be okay. No one's complained, so it should
all right.
be okay. Like display how to display it has the way we display our pre-owned stuff has been really good, and we've had really positive feedback from it. So that's just shows how naive we were, I suppose, or how naive I was when starting. Nate Dog says new haircut looking crisp. Thank you, Nate Dog. What else are people saying? Yes, get it easy display and presentation on eBay in the shop. Yeah, like it's just different ways of the same thing, isn't it? Really. And I had some of the Dory, but my customer said, "Oh, they're nice, but just a bit big." I said, "That's value for money." Well, that's the thing. We've sold all the big bits have sold.
Yeah, all the big bits have sold.
So it's just the little figures we've got really to get
the little ones.
now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's pretty much the main crux of it, really. Like that's what we're kind of focusing on now. Just making sure that we're consistent, which we're doing.
Yeah.
Trying to just want to get a bit of a nice set kind of weekly schedule.
Yeah, I mean we're still working on our draft bank.
Yeah, we're still doing that. Still haven't done that.
But
we almost got ahead of it.
Moments.
And then today was a bad day.
Today just went out the window completely, because we did really well Tuesday with getting the number of listings up, and we did really, really well on Thursday.
Today we did
but
nothing.
Today it was really awful.
Well, we barely listed anything today, but we had, because we had the draft, so it was kind of a bit of a fail.
Yeah, so it was a fail overall.
Because it now means that tomorrow we're going to have to add listings to hit our 15.
And it's going to be a busy day.
Yeah, and plus then we're going to have to make sure we've got enough for Sunday, because Sunday we're going to be car booting. Yeah. So it's,
And what we're trying to do, like, because I'm doing, like, the comics at the moment, I've still got a whole ton of comics to do.
The comics are going to be like our baseline, aren't they?
Yeah, so they're going to be our baseline, but it's going to be like you're going to be doing like the
whatever we find at the car boot.
Is it the right word to say, the more chunky stuff?
Yeah, well, like whatever we find at the car boot or whatever.
Like
so the higher ticket.
Yeah, that's a better way of putting it. Yeah. The higher ticket stuff, Zaheer's going to be adding on as and when we kind of get it. But
I think if we list 15 items a day, I'm happy if even if 3 of them are higher ticket. Like as long as there's like 3 higher ticket items.
Yeah, I think I'd probably like it to be a bit more, but it just depends on what we come across. Really,
I think realistically, because like you said, it's like what you come across. I think realistically, like I would love it to be like 50% of what we're listing is high ticket, and by high ticket, like our average selling price, I think is around £30. I'm gonna just check that actually. I just want to check it. Let me just see what our average selling price is. So we'll go to sales. It's dropped actually. It's £24.40 our average selling price. I thought it's dropped 30% versus previous time period. Wow. Okay. £24.40 is our average at the moment. So I think if we can get at least 3 items which are like a lot higher than that to bring that up, that would be good. I'd be quite happy with that. But obviously, ideally, it would have to be a lot higher, like £50 plus items. But realistically, how often you're gonna find more smaller value items than higher.
I think like I'm not really surprised that's actually dropped, because some of the stuff that we have been listing is like slightly on the lower side with the comics. And some of them have actually been selling on eBay as well. Only a handful though.
Yeah.
When I think about it.
Yeah, most of them are selling in the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple have sold. Cookie and the Haydens has just popped in. Chris, thanks for popping in. Stephen says, my Transformers wallet is looking about worn now. What wallets you got in stock? Something we need to restock on.
Yeah, we've not got a great deal in at the moment, unless you like...
We've got Terminator.
AC/DC or Terminator.
Yeah, AC/DC.
And I'm not sure...
Yeah, is that it?
Well, we've got like...
I don't think we've got much
wallet-wise we haven't.
Wallet-wise, keychain-wise...
We've got a Metallica purse.
That's a purse.
Yeah.
I don't think do you want a Metallica? Do you want a Metallica purse?
and we've got Star Wars purse as well. But that's it. Like wallets-wise, we haven't got much in.
Yeah, wallets-wise, we're really low.
Yeah, but we need to do an order.
We need to do a big order of like keychains, wallets, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I said this to you today, didn't I? I was like, we need to do an order of those.
Well, this is another thing. We actually got from a toy fair a whole bunch of these Stormtrooper Lego keychains. We've sold all of them. We bought loads, didn't we? We sold all of them. So that's been amazing. That's been a really good flip.
We've only got a few little bits and pieces from that, actually.
Yeah. So that's something we have to kind of restock on. Just sat in the cinema about to watch Fisherman's Friends. What's that? TV wise, movie wise, what's the last movie? The last movie I saw was Prey.
Yeah.
Which you didn't watch. I watched it all on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
You know what? My family. Right, I'm going to have a little rant, okay?
Like you don't have enough of them.
I love my family. I love my wife. I love my daughters, right? Mm-hmm. But none of them like watching movies as much as I do, you know? And so often I'm left all by myself to watch, and I'm like, girls, you're not watching a movie. And they're like, nah, you know, or they'll watch it by themselves, or they won't want to watch what movie I want to watch. And I ask Beck, and Beck's always got a reason not to watch a movie. Very rarely can you get to that. So I watched Prey, which, you know, I thought they'd want to watch, but no. So I ended up watching it all by myself. But it was a good movie.
I watch stuff by myself all the time.
Yeah, but I want to watch a movie together. Like, why don't you want to watch it together? Like, you know, you watch you watch like, what do you watch? Like people building houses on The Sims and stuff. You watch that?
No, not all the time.
No,
not all the time.
What was the last movie we watched together? It's been a while.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Was it Batman at the cinema?
No, we watched something at home.
You watched a movie at home?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not that common, unfortunately. But we watched Prey, and that was the last thing I've seen, and I really enjoyed that. And otherwise, I've been watching. I watched Better Call Saul, which was just so good.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet, so you can't.
You haven't seen it. Yeah. You've not seen that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Good movie, Prey. Vinny says, I'll watch a movie with you, Z. Oh, will you, Vinny? That's very kind of you. See? I don't know. That's it now. I'm moving to Cornwall, and me and Vinny are going to watch movies together. Is that okay, Vinny? Should have asked, really.
We're just going to watch movies together.
Yeah, that's all we're going to do, watch movies. I want a movie buddy, man. Yeah. But you know what? If I watch horror, my youngest daughter's there for it. But even she can't. I can't start watching the movie too late because she's like, I'm tired, I want to go to bed.
Yeah.
But she will watch horror movies.
But she doesn't like watching movies with everybody because like she doesn't like it when people talk through it. Like, so if you find something funny and then you talk about it, and she's like sitting there giving you looks and shushing at you.
Yeah.
So she's very much like, if she's watching a movie, she watches the movie, and that's completely it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be like silent. But yeah. And
yes, we did watch Stranger Things as a family, Vincent. Yeah, that is something we watched.
Yeah, but we were really bad though because we binge watched it like
Stranger
in like
Things was good.
quite literally a few evenings. You know, like they released the first set, didn't they?
Yeah.
Of season 4. Like how many episodes
First
was
6,
it? First 6 was it?
Watched it in like 2 nights. I
2
think.
nights.
Yeah.
And then when they released the last bit.
The last
yeah,
two.
it was last 2, wasn't it?
Watched them both.
Watched them both in the same night.
Yeah. But you know, I would like. But yeah, anyway. Yes, we did. I've just bought the first Fisherman's Friends film on DVD because I haven't seen it yet. And I might want to go see the new one when I've got my week off. I don't even know what this film is. I need to check what it is.
No.
I'll get the spare room set up for you, Z. Oh, thanks, Vinny. Watched Spree last night, says Johnny 40 Coats. Just like watching all you YouTubers. What Spree? Really? I don't even know what that is. But
No, I don't know what that is either.
Pigeon Alpha. Yeah, Pigeon.
Yeah.
I
think it's gone now.
Exactly.
They sit in 2 places, so they sit in that like middle section just up there, and then they sit in that corner. Yeah. And what they do is like the gutters are there, and they wash themselves in the gutter. So it's like
flapping their wings, doing their thing. But I think other than that, that's it really. Yeah. We're gonna now go.
We've got to go do a food shop, haven't we? Yeah. That's what we've got to go look forward to. A food shop on a Friday night.
Oh, Lee says watched The Grey Man and Buzz Lightyear last week. Not watched either of those.
Yeah.
Better Call Saul. Oh my god. You know what? Better Call Saul. Can we just take a moment? I mean,
without giving anything away.
Of course, I'm not going to give anything away. Like you're ever going to watch it. No, she did watch it. She's watched a lot of it. To be fair,
I have. I got to what I say. I've watched season 2. Did I get to season 2?
Yeah. There's 6 seasons, by the way.
I know, but you know what I'm like. When I get down and watch something, I can
I watched
get through it.
I watched so much of it.
I watched so like
good.
Walking Dead, right? So like
probably should watch Walking Dead over Better Call Saul.
So Walking Dead, right? I watched it like years and years and years ago, and then we kind of stopped shortly after like Negan.
Yeah, we did.
I think there were a few episodes after Negan. I think, and then
you went back to
and then I was like, I wanted to watch it again, and I was like, you
wanted to watch that.
So I started it from the beginning.
So she rewatched Walking Dead.
I watched it all the way through. Yeah. Just to catch up because they're releasing the next.
Yeah. But you don't have the same passion about Better Call Saul.
No, but Walking Dead it's brilliant. I've so enjoyed watching it.
Are you seriously telling me that you prefer that to Better Call Saul?
Walking Dead was like.
You haven't seen.
There were episodes of Walking Dead that I was just like, that is just fantastic.
But you've got to watch Better Call Saul though. It's so much better. Like
I'm sure it is. I've loved Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Absolutely love Breaking Bad.
You can't even discuss Walking Dead and Better Call Saul because it's just you can't. It's different. They're too different.
No, they are too different.
Because Walking Dead is sci-fi. It's
completely different.
Completely different genre.
Yeah, you can't compare the two.
No, you can't compare them.
And it's just that I wanted to watch it. I wanted to catch up.
I'm almost caught up.
But I will.
Yeah. How far behind am I? I'm not that far behind. Like a couple behind.
No, I mean
I watched most.
You're in like season 11, definitely.
Yeah, like that jerk.
Because I only like went on because I was like, are you going to watch any? And you were like, no, I'm not interested at the moment. And I was like, right, okay, I'm going to watch it then. Yeah. But yeah, so I will watch Better Call Saul.
Beck is so good.
No, from what I've kind of snippets that you've been watching when I've been around, look really good.
It is incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. Don't like people talking through films like when people start saying, "Oh, isn't exactly, Barry." Yeah, when people talk through films.
Yeah, I mean, I completely get where Zara comes from when she gets it. She's like, but I think overall we're quite good at that though, aren't we? We don't tend to talk a lot, but.
I think I'm gonna get me and Zara into like a movie club.
I think
like
you
me
should.
And Zara, because I think
she would.
But she likes watching a lot of horror. She doesn't like everything I like, and she's not gonna like all the serious films.
No.
But there we go.
No. But she'd definitely be your movie buddy.
Yeah, I think so. I watched. The other thing I watched was I've watched quite a few things on my own. we watched the whole of Breaking Bad again during the Better Call Saul mid-season break.
Oh, wow.
I've kind of restarted watching Breaking Bad.
Yeah, we
It's
sat down
good.
yesterday night and
It's
watched a bit of
good,
Breaking
but
Bad,
Better
didn't
Call
we?
Saul is like really good. I'm so surprised. I kind of feel like it could be better. Like I've got a feeling like it's just something about it is so good. The characters are just so good. But Breaking Bad's amazing as well, obviously. But anyway, never watched Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, or Never Call Saul, says Barry. That's a shame, Barry. You're missing out, I think, if you like that kind of movie. Reminds me of the day you buy a copy and there's always someone coughing or walking past the camera. Well, that's why I don't buy copies, Vincent. You see, this is why I am anti-piracy, because they deserve. If someone's made a good movie or even a bad movie, really, they should watch it. And plus, you get the full experience with the the crisp audio and the crisp picture and all that.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, we're gonna cut it here.
Yeah, we are.
Thank
we
you
go
for
do
the
our food
50
shop.
people.
Oh wow.
50 people that have actually
Thank you.
endured this chat. Thank you very much.
Hopefully next week we won't be so tired. But
no promises.
no promises.
We might be even worse. So
we might be.
Yeah, we might be even worse. Stephen says it's almost like we need a movie themed YouTube channel. Yes, Stephen. You know what? Stephen should mention that Stephen Jackson, Big C, and Little Steve, who's not, I've not seen him in the chat today, do have an amazing movie chat channel called Movie Chats. So definitely check that out. And I believe they're going to be having their 1 year anniversary. So check that out as well. I think that's coming up.
Cool.
Yeah. Right, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.
We're gonna say bye.
We'll probably be more tired next week as well. So just
Hopefully